Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome in, everybody.
Hope you're all doing well. So the dragons have been whispering at me all day, saying there's a message that needs to get out. So we're going to look into it. If you want to tap into the message, go ahead and hit the like button, give it a share. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through a super chat, super sticker, or get your own personal reading over at Hipsy. Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light, as well as the dragons from the north, south, east, and west, the upper and lower realms, please be here to guide, guard, and protect me during this live, during this message. Any evil sent my way, let it be sent back to sender automatically, unapologetically. What's the current situation? Aquarius time. So January 20th through February 18th. You may be taking an unusual path. It's time to innovate, be unique, and open-minded. You may have some sort of distractions happening at this time. This may not be aligned with your highest good. So there could be something happening in January that's not aligned to your highest good. This could be unexpected. Spirit saying this might have been orchestrated back in July. You need to slow down and soak in all while you indulge yourself. Carefree memories and socialization. So you may want to be socializing. It's time to use discernment as to who you socialize with. Something is going to be unexpected, happening suddenly and sooner than you thought. Intensity, fast, and surprise. Something to do with Pisces time. It wasn't the right timing. February 19th through to March 20th. Feel when the time is right. Use your intuition. Be creative and allow your emotions to flow. We also have Libra time, September 23rd through to October 22nd. Weigh all options first and create balance, harmony, and make the right choices. Alrighty, somebody doesn't want me getting this message out. It's on schedule. Unwavering dedication and attention to detail is key. Keep going. Keep taking steps forward. And take care and be methodical in those steps that you're taking. Something about September. You could have been getting back into your groove in September to be productive. Things are going to be peaking soon. Very much a faster pace. Things will be bustling. Somebody doesn't want you evolving, but what you want changes as you get more experience. Growth, cycles, level up. So somebody doesn't want you leveling up, but you're going to level up anyway. Because it's all about the divine. It's all about what is meant for you and your calling. So use your intuition at this time to bring about that manifestation. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. Alright, dragons, you said you had a message. I'm going to use my oracle cards to start with, and then I'm going to clarify. So the dragons are telling you to give yourself a second chance. You're currently going through a rebirth. And the dragons are asking you to get inspired. Get inspired, get creative. Take space. You might be needing space at this time right now. Returning, going with the flow. So you might be feeling a bit stagnant at this time. Things are going to start flowing again for you very soon, if not already. Somebody might be testing your limits to see how far they can push you. But you're going to be finding freedom, and you're going to be breaking some sort of chains that somebody has over you. You're gathering your inner power. I think you're remembering who you are. You're recognizing the self and how powerful that is. Oh, welcome in, Emma. Welcome in, Nancy. All right, dragons, what's going on? We got the golden Atlantean dragon, so you may have Atlantean roots. There's also emerald dragon here as well. Black dragon from Saturn. I'm going to read a little bit more in depth in the cards too here as well. Silver lunar dragon. You could be tapping into your sacred feminine, whether you're masculine or male or female. Maybe tapping into your emotions at this time. Pure white dragon from the Orion. All right. So the golden Atlantean dragon, it helps you to remember the wisdom of the golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. Emerald dragon brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. So it's about time to get back into meditation and reach the fifth dimension, the spiritual aspect. Black dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself, you have passed a test. Okay. I think this is something to do. I'm going to continue and I'll get back into it. Silver lunar dragon bathes you in divine feminine light. Come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your causal chakra. Pure white dragon from the Orion transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know, act with truth and honesty, and let your wings of light grow and expand. So this is about coming back into self. It's about realizing your possibilities, realizing your gifts, realizing who you are, realizing who you've always been, not allowing others to gaslight you or take you out of what is meant for you. Okay? It's really about Giving yourself a second chance, and the golden Atlantean dragon, what it's telling me here is that you have wisdom of the ages, collective. And it's about remembering, okay? Living in this day's society, we're so filled with distractions, okay? And these distractions tend to get us to forget our true essence of who we are and what we're here to do, what we're here um, to work on, what we're here to be a part of. And that is the current Matrix's motive, is to forget who you are by creating distractions. Okay? So it's really about cutting out the noise. It's about bringing yourself back to Zen, I guess you can say, and really finding peace within your heart, knowing that you are working on what you need to work on. And I'm really being called to say that this is not a rush. This is not something that you need to do half-fastly, okay? It's very methodical work. When you're working on your shadow work, let's say, it's very important to give yourself the compassion that you need to get through it. We have the Emerald Dragon here. It brings in healing and cosmic abundance. So there is definitely good fortune is coming. Uh, your thoughts, they may be lacking. Maybe you're a little bit more hard on yourself than what you need to be, and it's time to show yourself a little bit more compassion, okay? You're allowed to be inspired despite the chaos. You're allowed to be, um, you're allowed to be inspirational as well, not only to yourself but to others. And it's really about inspiring people to step into their highest version of themselves. Okay? Now, with the Black Dragon from Saturn, and it brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline, this is with the resilience, finding your limits. I'm really kind of feeling that you have a spiritual discipline, and people are trying to question you with that. And they don't have any right to question you. It's because it's your knowledge that you've received. It's your understanding of how you perceive it. Okay? It's nobody else's business. Okay? So right now what it's telling you is you need to be focusing on your ultimate vision. Okay? And you may have reached your limit. You may have voiced your limit. You may have brought about that through discipline. Maybe, like, I'm really kind of picking up on reactive abuse. Somebody was trying to get you to react to their cockamamie bullshit, and you didn't. And I think that's what really saved you. And you found your limits. You found where you stand. You've drawn the line, and it's brought you to a place of peace, I really believe. And ultimately, you have passed the test. You have brought yourself to a new awareness. Okay? There is going to be freedom ahead of you. Okay? And in this, there's going to be balance. And you need to practice peace and harmony and cooperation. Okay? This is going to help build up your emotional stance, and releasing some sort of emotion that you've been carrying for quite some time is paramount to breaking these chains, I'm really feeling. And that would require you to step into your divine feminine light. Okay, whether you're a man or a woman. Um, being able to nurture yourself, show compassion, and love others as well as yourself. This is predominantly important. Okay. So there are going to be some chains that are going to be breaking. I do believe that there's been a lot of people trying to steer you in the wrong direction, and that's about to change, okay? I do believe the divine has been showing you signs in regards to this, and it's going to really change the way you see things, your perception. And Spirit's calling me to say for you to use your discernment now at this time, because there's certain people here apparently still playing in your face, and they think that they're getting away with it, and they're not, okay? And some of these people, I don't know, like, it's getting a very mixed feeling, and where you're standing on authenticity, you're standing on compassion, you're standing with understanding, okay? Uh, you're gathering your power, you're remembering who you are. And there's people coming in to maybe question that, and these are the chains that you're breaking, because they don't think that you're valid, they don't think that you belong in the position that you are. They don't think that what you got going on is legitimate. But it's not for them to think that. It has nothing to do with them. Really. It has nothing to do with them. You've gone through an ascension, whoever I'm speaking to, and you've gone through a major transformation, all right? And you're now applying this knowledge. You are processing and applying this knowledge to your now, to your moment, okay? And this is very, very evident. And this is how you're regaining your power, all right? By remembering who you are, remembering where you come from, remembering what you've been through, and remember how you've strived and over. I don't know. They're trying to get you to overshoot your aim, like overshoot your target, right? And it's really kind of giving me like they're trying to distract you to the point where you have to take a shot. And I'm kind of picturing like a basketball court, okay? And you've got defense on you, and they're trying to keep you from making your shot by distracting you. And you've got like 30 seconds left in the game, and you need to take a shot, otherwise you miss out, right? And they're trying to get you to the point where you don't make the shot, and even if you do make the shot, you're going to miss it. Okay, that's the whole premise, that's the whole idea, right? And Spirit's saying that this person is, they're not even in your reality. Okay, and that's what I find really odd. They're throwing rocks and hiding their hands, and it's not going to work out the way that they think it is. Okay, and I'm getting from Spirit that they've done this before. They've done this to you before, thinking that they're actually going to get somewhere. And maybe it has worked in the past, but you're not in this destructive mode anymore. You're really focusing on the self. You're really focusing on you, on healing and ascending and transforming, and really showing compassion to yourself, and really showing a really strong discipline, and finding your limits of what you will stand and what you won't. It's just been a very, very hectic time for you, collective, and I can relate to you. I can relate to you in this. Just know that your resilience and your inspiration and your freedom is all part of this rebirth that you're going through right now. And sometimes when we go through these rebirths, there's a lot of changes that happen, and it can be very uncomfortable with these changes. But Spirit's also saying that the right people are coming in to assist you and to create a place, and to create a, I don't know if it's a comfortability, but there's definitely going to be a peace amongst this collaboration, okay? It's about, I think it's really a lot about learning how to step into this new version of yourself that you haven't been before, right? And part of your soul is connected to this. Part of your spirit, part of who you are is all connected to this, which I think is pretty substantial to your current status, your current your current mentality or perspective or perception, and that in itself is changing. Okay, you may not be as closed-minded as you were before. Maybe the divine has shown you something that you didn't think that you would know about. Maybe you're taking a new leap of faith in a different direction. Maybe it's bringing you to a new realization about yourself, about how resilient you actually are, right? What have you overcome thus far? You know, and Spirit's saying some of you, you're a literal powerhouse. And people would sooner take you for granted and siphon from that house of power that is you and take advantage of you than be of support to you. They would sooner siphon from you, like a succubus energy. Okay? So use your discernment as to who you're allowing in your energy. Use your discernment as to who you're allowing in your situation. Okay? We have the Strength card on the cut and the Two of Cups. So this could very well be you balancing your masculine and feminine within yourself, and you finding the strength within you to be a whole person, as in complete, as complete. Now, part of this, with the Strength in reverse and the Devil in reverse, you feel that some of this, of cutting out these toxic energies, you feel that you won't have the strength to move forward in a way that's going to benefit you. And I'm just here to say that you have more strength within you than you actually realize. Okay? It's definitely predominant that you remember who you are, where you come from, and what you've overcome, to realize how resilient you are. That is crucial for this reading tonight. Okay? So dragons, let's clarify this. Can you tell me more about the rebirth? Can you give me a little bit more, giving yourself a second chance? Can I get some information on the rebirth? There we go. Yeah, there's certain people watching you, watching how you're growing. Talk to me about the rebirth. Yeah, you're stepping into this Empress energy, okay? So you're definitely, you could be creating a new company, you could be creating a new business. You may have had a bit of a rocky start with a particular new business or something. You need to give yourself another chance with this business, okay? Because it's going to benefit you more than you expect. Yeah, Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You're needing to be making some major decisions, and I think the decision that you need to make is to bet on you, to bet on your abilities, to bet on your abilities, that you have the ability to succeed, okay? Because there's truth in that, okay? Tell me more about the rebirth. We got the Eight of Wands. All right. So things are going to be getting a little bit quicker for you. They're going to be speeding up for you. This is actually what might be inspirational to you, that things are going to work out better than expected. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. This is going to break somebody's heart. Okay? This isn't their wish fulfillment for you to have a second chance. They don't want you having a rebirth. But you're going to be very stable. You're going to be very, very grounded, very strong, very prosperous with this new beginning. This could be, this could have been a catalyst of a broken heart. A broken heart. Somebody could have broke your heart, but you alchemized it into power, which helped you to ground, helped you to create boundaries, helped you to create a position of stability for yourself. Okay? Got the Seven of Cups. So you've been focusing mainly on yourself, which is predominantly important at this time. Okay? And you're at the point right now where you believe that, you know, you deserve better than what you've been receiving. Okay? There is some sort of wish fulfillment here with you giving yourself another chance. Okay? And focusing on yourself and what you want to build. This isn't about other people's opinions, really. Things are going to be balancing out as you step into this Empress energy, whether you're a man or a woman. However, when things are starting to pick up, what might somewhat break your heart is the overthinking. So don't overthink it. Just lean into it instead. I'm also getting somebody thought that they could come in and break your heart all over again. And that's not happening because you've healed that. You've moved up, you've moved on. And also, because you're stepping into this Empress energy, you are finding balance, which is speeding things up for you. And somebody wants you to overthink it and break your own heart as well, right? They're trying to put a fear into you, is what I'm picking up. They feel that you owe them something. And so because they think that you owe them something, they're going to create an imbalance for you. But really what this is doing is it's honing in and it's keeping you from all these distractions. It's honing you into focusing on yourself. Okay? And I really feel that you're cutting out the noise. Alright? This is going to bring you wish fulfillment. The fact that somebody's coming in to try to break your heart, okay, I just really find it odd that they're going to try to come in and break your heart to create an imbalance with you, okay, when you're totally complete on your own. You're not needing somebody to fill the void or to you know, you don't need to be with someone to feel validated. You can validate yourself. And I really don't think that there was ever a time where you needed someone to validate you. I think that's the perception that they have taken on to think, and they misunderstood you. Like, I'm picking up on a very compassionate individual, somebody that's gone through hell and back. They've dealt with a lot of trials and tribulations, and you've gained wisdom from that. And the thing is that some people, they just don't understand where you stand, right? And some people, they, I don't know, I get this feeling they can't wrap their head around what you're all about. And it's not for them to do that. If they don't want to, if they don't open their mind to really understand you, then that's not your problem, it's theirs, right? It's not for you to try to explain yourself, right? To make sense of yourself to them. As long as you know who you are, where you stand, you create those boundaries, I really feel that things are going to work out better than expected. But I really feel like they're trying to come in to get you to overthink. And I'm really picking up on the fact that they're going to come in and say that you broke their heart when you're a compassionate individual. I'm really picking up that because you broke their heart, apparently you owe them. Okay? Meanwhile, you don't even talk to this person. You haven't talked to this person forever. Like, they're part of your past. And you've just basically been focusing on yourself. And they think it's selfish that you're thinking about yourself. You're not willing to allow them back in your energy. You very well could have ghosted them. You could have very well taken a leave and left out of their energy. And you may have broken their heart because of it. And they're resentful for it. So this is why they want to come in and they say, "Oh yeah, you owe me." Right? "Oh, you're stable now. Then now, now you owe me." Right? They're trying to get you to juggle. They're trying to get you to be distracted. Okay? You know damn well you deserve better than this. Okay? This could be a Queen of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this is somebody that quite possibly could have fallen in love with you, but you told them you're not, you could have friend zoned them. And they tried to manipulate you into a relationship anyway. They could have love bombed you quite a bit, thinking that they were going to change you and change your perception and change your mind. Right? Yeah, they're going to come in to cause conflict because when you left, you created an imbalance by focusing on yourself, by no longer allowing them in your energy. And for some of you, you had every right to close off connections with this person. Because I'm really picking up on this is a succubus. This is somebody that was siphoning off of your energy, off of your abundance, off of your ability to be creative. Okay? I really pick up on the fact that the truth is going to be revealed to you soon about what the intentions of this person was. Okay. And this is all regarding your rebirth. This is all regarding about giving yourself a second chance. Right? Getting inspired again. We're going to look into the inspiration. You very well could have been inspired to heal and receive some sort of a cosmic abundance or inheritance. That's coming in for you. So you need to get inspired. You need to raise your frequency. And I think by you giving yourself a second chance and getting inspired and getting into this new abundant energy, I think this is really going to bring something beautiful in for you. All right? Now, this new moon that's happening as of today, this is a good time to focus on abundance. There's the death card in the reverse, representing rebirth. Okay? So, ultimately, you've definitely got something good coming in for you. I guarantee you that. Okay? And somebody doesn't want that for you. Somebody's envious of this. Right? And I really pick up on the fact that somebody was actually trying to create trials and tribulations for you in order for you to not receive this abundance. Okay? And they were trying to change your frequency so that way you don't receive it. Because you need to be in the particular frequency to receive that abundance. And they were trying to disempower you. They were trying to create an imbalance within yourself. So that way you couldn't call it in. You couldn't focus on it. Okay? But now that they're no longer in your energy anymore, they're having a hard time connecting to you. And whoever was connected somehow to your sacral chakra, they're not connected to it anymore. All right, dragons. What's the deal here? What's the card on the inspiration? What does what does my collective need to inspire themselves? What's the message on that? Yeah, you need to stand on truth. We got the Queen of Swords coming out in the reverse. So this Queen of Swords is looking to deceive you. This Queen of Swords is looking to siphon off of you. Okay? They're looking to get their independence through lies and deception. Okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Okay? But you need to stand on business. The King of Swords and the Star. Okay? So you need to continue having hope and stand on business. Don't allow people to come in and emotionally manipulate you, try to guilt trip you. This Queen of Swords tried to do death magic on you and it backfired. It may have hit their animals. They thought they were clever, but they really aren't. Yeah, they're trying to cause you conflict while you were healing. They were trying to cause a conflict and a stagnance to your truth and to your healing, to your ability to shine, thinking that they were going to get somewhere with it. So you need to get inspired to the fact that whatever they were doing is no longer working. This is being sent back. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, they tried to ruin your new beginning. Because you were beginning to find your independence, you're beginning to stand on truth, and you were beginning to really start to do a lot of deep healing. And this is why they did what they did. They tried to take you out of this new beginning. They tried to blow up this new beginning and cause a lot of conflict for you behind the scenes. Okay? They wanted to ruin your new foundation that you were building for yourself. Yeah, Four Swords. The fact that you're finding your independence, now they can't sleep. They're being haunted by what they've done. Your ancestors very well could be haunting them at this point. Yeah, Three of Coins. I really do believe they are being haunted as well by the people they collaborated with. The people that they're collaborating with to bring about this demise. They're now wanting to collaborate with you. They see the true essence and intention of this Queen of Swords energy. They're now wanting to collaborate with you because they see your true intention and they're inspired by you now. And it's like they're going to be coming in with some sort of gifts because they are maybe being haunted by what they were orchestrating behind the scenes. And they want to come in with some sort of balance or some sort of gift because of that. They're feeling guilty. They're coming in to really kind of neutralize their karmic their karmic judgment because they had good intentions, right? But they were lied to by this Queen of Swords. All right? Yeah, because they were trying to create a dystopia for you. They did not want you finding happiness. So you really need to get inspired at this point. I know that part wasn't all that inspiring, but you need to know that you've overcome this. Whatever this is, you've overcome this. They can't do this to you anymore. Okay? You really stood on business with this. You took lead and you stood on your integrity. You stood on your intention. You allowed your intuition to guide you in this, which I think is very, very important. Okay? This really shows how integral that you actually really are. And you do have a good nature about you, and you should be inspired by that, by how you hold yourself. Because it's really showing the truth of the matter, where this dumbass bitch decided to try to thwart you, to lie on you, to create havoc and conflict and chaos in your life. Okay? They can't do that anymore. Spirit's saying you're untouchable. Everything that they send to you now is being sent back automatically. And Spirit's saying you don't have to do any more return to senders regarding that, because it's all being taken care of. Okay, the divine sees what's been going on, and they're not happy with these people. Because they're messing with divinity. They're messing with the divine plan. They're not even messing with you anymore. They're messing with the divine. And that's spiritual suicide. If you mess with the divine plan, you're not only forfeiting your divine gifts, and this person might have had their gifts removed or stripped from them, and this is why they're so envious of you, because you do have gifts. You're tapped the fuck in, whoever I'm speaking to. Okay? And you've overcome this demon. They might as well be a demon. They definitely had an entity attachment. Okay? They're facing karmic retribution. And they misjudged you hardcore. And because of that, they misjudged your rank. They misjudged who you are. And this is creating a huge tower for them. Okay? Huge tower. Dragons, let's talk about the resilience. Finding their limits. Finding the limits. Yeah, Nine of Wands. They really tried to do it to you. They really tried to end you. They really tried to make you fail. In every sort of the word. And it's going to be revealed to you what they've done. They're not getting the upper hand, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so there's a Queen of Wands in reverse here. That could have been somehow related to this situation with the Queen of Swords. I'm really picking up on that this Queen of Wands is related to the Queen of Swords in reverse. And she's pissed off at the way that they were treating you. Okay, and this Queen of Wands is going to bring victory to you. They are going to bring some sort of success and recognition of some sort to you. This is somebody that's burning a bridge. There's also a Queen of Wands out here that thought that they were going to siphon from your abundance. They thought that they were going to be victorious. But I really don't see that that's happening. Because you've healed past the point of that whatever they were trying to attach to. This Queen of Wands in the reverse thought she had it in the bag, but she doesn't. There she is, Queen of Swords. She's back out here. They really thought that there was some sort of success here, but it turns out that they're losing. They're losing out. Somebody really didn't want you having the upper hand. They thought they were clever, working together to bring about some sort of victory. And it's all because they were trying to stop your healing. They did not want you to have an upper hand with where it regards your healing. They didn't want you to heal. They didn't want you to have hope. But you're showing up as a star here, collective. And they've got a whole bunch of shit to say to you behind closed doors. They won't keep your name out of their mouth. Thinking that they know better than you when they're scoundrel snake. Both of them are. This Queen of Swords and this Queen of Wands. They're both snakes, to be honest. They thought they were clever. They're very karmic individuals. And you're in your North Node, okay? Now they're going to come in to bring in some sort of compassion to try to stop you. These people are really testing your limits. I'm really picking up on a Gemini. They don't want you to love yourself, but you're loving yourself anyway. Fuck them. Fuck them and their ill intention. They want you to overthink everything. And this is why they're testing your limits. This is why they're testing to see how far you'll go. And I'm really picking up on these two karmics, these two karmic energies. You know, if you were to go and confront them, all they're going to do is gaslight you. All they're going to do is give you some stupid-ass cockamamie story and of how they're not doing anything to you and you're just delusional. Meanwhile, in behind the scenes, they're doing death magic, they're sacrificing animals, they're going right dark in order to get what they want. And it's all coming back to haunt them. It's all coming back to rip them apart. It's coming back to rip them apart, like literally. They're in for a rude awakening. Whoever these people are, trying to test your limits. And the thing is, you've already surrendered it to the divine. So they're not even really testing your limits. They're testing the limits of the divine to see how far the divine will take this. And I'll tell you right now, the divine gives you life. The divine decides as to whether or not you live or die, whether you exist on this planet or not. Okay? The divine has the power to give you life, and the divine has the power to take it away. Okay? And Spirit's saying that they are on extreme thin ice right now, doing what they're doing. They've been told to stop more than once by their guides. And some of their guides are so frustrated with them, they want nothing to do with them. But they've been warning them and warning them and warning them to stop what they're doing. And they're not listening. They're tuning out their guides. They don't give two shits. They don't care. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. So, all this time, them trying to get you to hate yourself, you're just continuously loving yourself even stronger. Which I think that's big. That's a big win for you, collective. And this is, I think, where you're going to be gaining freedom. Because you do love yourself. You need to hold yourself in a high regard and understand what you've been through and understand what you've overcome. Okay? It's extremely important in these days going ahead. Remember who you are, collective. You're a heck of a lot more powerful than what people give you credit for. And they need to sit down. Whoever these people are, these karmics, they need to sit down. Now, for some of you, maybe it's not a Gemini. Maybe it's not a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe it's not an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that are in the karmic energy. Maybe this is somebody that's a pathological liar that's in your energy. Maybe this is somebody that's extremely manipulative. Okay? And they use their sex appeal to be manipulative in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Maybe they're overly flirtatious. Maybe they tell you what they want. Maybe they tell you what you want to hear in order to get what they want. Okay? It could be just one person in the same body. Two personalities in the same body. It very well could be. Or it could be a totally different situation where there's two people or just one person. Okay? Just know that you're breaking these chains regarding them. Okay? They are no longer allowed in your energy. The divine has blocked them out. Okay? Let's look into the freedom and breaking the chains. Freedom and breaking the chains. Tell me more, dragons. Six of Swords. So you walked away from this person already? You learned some major lessons about choosing yourself with this person. And I really do believe that you tried to help this person. This person showed up to you as a damsel in distress. That they needed help to ascend and they needed help to heal. And you tried to help them heal and you turned out they were an absolute dirtbag. And once you found out they were an absolute dirtbag, you decided to not pour into them anymore. And this made them resent you because of it. Yeah, you tapped the fuck in. The divine told you a whole bunch of stuff regarding them, and this is why you pulled away. Okay? It could very well be a high priest, high priestess. Yep. You walked away and you started to find balance within yourself. The farther away you left, the farther away you went, the more balance that you received. And they resented this. The fact that you are turning out to be better off now that you've left and now that you've walked away. Good for you, collective. I'm proud of you. Yeah, they're still sitting there watching you. I'm really picking up spirits saying that they're watching you through fake accounts. They're presenting themselves as a best friend, but they're really not. They're making themselves look like a particular individual, but they're really not. They think that they're clever, but Spirit's already tapped you in on that. You're already aware. Spirit's saying just let them watch. Four of Cups, they don't want you receiving what's meant for you. And this is why they've tried so damn hard to remove this ability for you to retain your sanity. The Four of Cups on its side is kind of giving me they want you to be numb inside. They don't want you to strive for better. They don't want you to but they want you to recognize that you're uncomfortable where you are. But they don't want you striving for better. And this is clearly what you're breaking the chains from. Five of Swords, yeah. They can't keep your name out of their mouth. Okay? They need to go and get their own damn sandwich. Apparently they're trying to bring in a whole bunch of conflict to you. And all these people that they're talking to, that where they can't keep your name out of their mouth and they're spreading rumors and lies and deception, these people are coming to find you and to see who you are, see what you're all about, and to see what the whole situation is behind it, just to get their own opinion. And they're finding you to be quite inspirational. They're finding you to be very much a solid individual. And quite frankly, I think that they now see why that they were so obsessed. They see now why they were. Um, you very well could be in this Emperor energy. Okay, Empress or Emperor energy. Okay. I'm also getting that they're watching you. You could have a platform. You don't have to, but that they're watching to see what you post. They're watching to see if their magic is working. They're watching to see how unsatisfied you are. And depending on how unsatisfied you are, it brings them great joy to know that you're unsatisfied, to know that you're having a rough time, to know that you're going through. Okay? But Spirit's saying that that's changing very soon, if not already. These situations are being alchemized and transmuted. Some of these people are finding out why they're so obsessed, because you're a good human being. I'm really getting that you're very inspirational. Yeah, and yeah, so they're not going to be moving forward. This whole idea that they're going to come in and cause you conflict because you're finding balance, they're not going to be able to make it. They're not going to be satisfied with what happens to them regarding this movement forward to try to stagnate you. Okay, they're trying to get you to react out of character to basically to show apparently your true character of what they think and what they've said. They're trying to incite you with reactive abuse, so that way you come at this like a ruthless person. Okay. But you're really not. Nah, the Queen of Swords is out here again. This person is being looked at as the person that they are now. Okay? They're out here trying to make you look like a liar, that you're looking like a tyrant, that you're not who you say you are. Meanwhile, you're exactly who you say you are. And they don't like it because they're being made out to be a liar that they are. They've always been a liar. They've been a pathological liar their whole life. And I really feel that the conflict is being spun around and being sent back to them. Like, people are really calling this person out for being a liar. Why would you lie about somebody like that? Why would you, we can see your obsession with this person, but why would you lie about this person? Why would you lie about this good-natured, inspirational person? Oh, what? Oh, because they have gifts and you don't? Oh, because they have gifts and your gifts have been stripped? And you're envious of them? So you want to ruin them and you want to bring them down? To try to get them down into their south node energies? No, it doesn't work that way. That's what it takes to be divinely guided, guarded, and protected collective. Yeah, they're being found out for all the lies and the deception that they've created. Your good nature and your integrity tells all, collective. So stay being true to yourself. Stay being you. Because if they're thinking that they're going to come in and get you to question yourself, you're breaking free. Okay? You're breaking free and you're becoming free from this. You're breaking the chains. They can't do this to you anymore. Yep. What did I tell you? They're trying to get you to overthink so that way you don't move forward. Lying on you. And they're getting people to overthink about you. When you're an emperor, you're stepping into this emperor energy. And they don't like it. Yeah. This could be dealing with the Queen of Coins as well. This is like very, very selfish energy. Extremely selfish. It's kind of picking up on an old roommate. Like, it's kind of reminding me of an old roommate of mine. What's going on with the self? Gathering of your power? What's going on with that? I've also got a couple Celtic crosses coming in afterwards, so if this message here isn't resonating, there's going to be a couple readings beyond this, so. And then after that, I may open the floor. Pardon me. I may open the floor for readings. We'll see how it goes. To get a message from the dragons. The dragons don't like karmic energy, but you know, when the dragons get fed up, they will speak their mind. They will tell the truth. They're not. They're very, very, very much integral. They're very wise, and they want you stepping into your highest timeline. They don't like South Node people. But they'll call them out, no doubt. They'll call them out for the South Node that they stay in. Okay. All right, dragons. What do we got for the self? Gathering of your power. We got the King of Swords. So you're standing in your truth. Good job. We got the Five of Wands. Okay. Your truth is creating conflict. Okay. Okay. So what I'm picking up is that because you're gathering your own power, because you're focusing on yourself, I really pick up on the fact that there is somebody coming in to speak on truth about this conflict that's been happening in the past, that's creating this imbalance, okay, that's creating this anxiety. Somebody's coming in to speak on that. They want to speak to you on about it. It could be an enforcement. It could be some sort of authorities about some sort of false reports made upon you. Seven of Cups, and they see you focusing on yourself, focusing on your growth. You know, you're not distracted, and this is going to basically share that the worst is over. They see the truth. Okay, they see the truth. Yeah, they see you stepping into this Empress energy. You're focused on yourself. You're minding your own business. You're trying to build something for yourself. And they see how these people are trying to disenfranchise your foundation. They're seeing how it was a one-way street. And how they were trying to create an imbalance for you and create an anxiety. They see this now. Yeah, all of what was said is going to be null and void, is what I'm picking up on. Somebody's going to have to reconcile with you somehow. You got a Wheel of Fortune coming in. This is part of your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is working in your favor. Yeah, Page of Coins. There's going to be some sort of something. Maybe there's a payout. Maybe there's some sort of giving back of what was taken from you. Yeah, because somebody was siphoning off of you monetarily and they were found out. Somebody was siphoning off money or some sort of something from you. And I really believe that there is an investigation into this and they're seeing how this is all working. And this is where you're gathering your power. This is where things are going to start turning in a better direction for you. Okay? Because somebody was energetically and financially dependent on you, dependent on what you were doing and what you were all about. So the truth is about to come out. You're quite possibly could be getting some sort of information coming in soon. I'm also picking up on somebody's trying to find you in order to contact you and to speak to you on something. And somebody's in for a rude awakening, but that's not you, collective, don't worry. These people that were thwarting you, these people that were trying to ruin you and bring about your demise and bring about the demise to what you were building, yeah, they're Spirit's saying they're going to get it. Yeah, transients, achieving success. The dragons spoken. The dragons have spoken. You are going to receive success because of this. Okay? They very well could have been screwing with your car, too, as well. Completion and renewal. Accumulation. So there's definitely going to be some information coming in regarding this, collective. I wouldn't worry too much. Somebody just wants to ask you questions. You are finding your independence, carving your own path. And I think that's pretty special compared to what you've had to deal with. Is there anything else that the dragons want to say? Transformation, defining yourself. So you're finding out who the hell you are. You're finding harmony in action. You're finding tranquility and allowing the divine to take care of things for you. Yeah, finding your limits and staying within it is what I'm picking up on. Okay? You definitely got some new inventions, or you're definitely reaming with passion. So there's definitely something here. Okay? Regarding this. I had the, I was compelled to bring these out. So I'm going to shuffle these. I've lost all control of my life. I keep messing up. So this very well could be the people that are coming at you. And they're jealous and envious at the fact that you're finding some sort of stability. Right? And they're envious about it. So we're going to look into it, find out what these people wanted, what they're envious about, what the situation is. Whoever this Queen of Swords and this, let's pretend that they're two different people, okay? If this Queen of Swords in the reverse had something to say to the collective, what would it be? This pathological liar. I cannot listen to your voice. It affects my soul. I bet. You're speaking too much truth, collective. I'm not sure I can meet your expectations. The pressure is too much for me. Really? Aw. I feel overwhelmed. I'm drowning in my own thoughts. I bet they are. They're probably being haunted. I know what I'm doing. I play dumb just to keep you confused. Interesting. You already knew that, collective. I know that. I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide in the darkness before I let you see the real me. I know that you may not feel as for me as I feel for you. Well, clearly not. You walked away from them a long time ago. And they still can't get over you. I have lost faith in you and cannot see a future with you anymore. Well, duh. I have a feeling that that's you, collective. You lost faith in these people because of how much of a snake they were. I don't understand what you see in me. I don't feel attractive. They weren't. They weren't attractive. They're downright snake. Dirty ass fucking snake. Love bombing you just to get what they wanted. Rejecting you was protecting myself. I was being selfish. Yeah, no kidding. I have lost all control of my life and I keep messing up. And that's the thing. They wanted that for you, collective. Okay? Now, what about this Queen of Swords in reverse? If they're two different people. I don't understand what you see in me. I don't feel all that attractive. I need to be free. I need to free myself from fear and doubts. I'm a caged bird. I feel abandoned by you, and it's triggering my childhood traumas. This is the person that probably love bombed you. I think of you at night when the world is asleep and my mind is awake. Probably the hauntingness of you walking away. Once you peeked what their motive was and their overall feeling about you. Yeah, it's too late. I moved on and I do not wish to reconnect. Good. Good. This is probably you. Like, you're done with their bullshit. You're done with their cockamamie bullshit. You're done with the fact that they tried to manipulate you. You're done with the fact that they were lying to you. They weren't genuine to you. I smile on the outside, but I'm dying on the inside. All because you won't choose them. They're obsessed, collective. Because you're stepping into this Emperor energy, and they wanted nothing more but to be a part of that. But they're being basically a catalyst to your growth, and they're being left behind because they're too stubborn to heal. I was afraid that you would reject me if I shared my feelings to you. Yeah, I bet. I cannot give you what you want or deserve. I'm sorry. I'm really picking up on this for you, collective. You didn't want to give them what they wanted. Because it's not like you were... Like, somebody tried to come in and manipulate you into a relationship that you didn't want in the first place. All you wanted is friendship. That's all it is. And because you walked away from them, they're all butthurt and in resentment because you didn't choose them. They need to heal. They need to give their fucking heads a shake. And understand that obsession doesn't get them anywhere. It gets them to be abandoned and feeling lonely all over again. And they're going to continue in this vicious circle until they start loving themselves. And until they start healing their past, it's going to stay the way that it is. Unfortunately for them. Maybe they should heal their childhood traumas and get up over that. Empower themselves. And I really get the feeling that you tried to inspire them to do that, and they didn't want to do that. Meanwhile, you did that for yourself, and you've come out on top because of it. And you're trying to show them the way, but they don't want to take that journey for themselves. But the thing is that's not your problem, collective. And you shouldn't have to deal with their bullshit. You should be free from that. Of dealing with their obsession. They have no right to come in and ruin what you got going on and what you're building. They have no right to come in and try to sabotage that. All because of their obsession. This connection bores me to death. I need something more exciting. Like what? A shot in the throat? Maybe a punch in the throat? I'm distracting myself to avoid thinking of you. I bet. I bet. And the more distracting of yourself that you are, the less you're healing. And you're just going to stay in this rut. And that's all on you. That's all on you, karmics. That's all on you. I don't feel guilty for how I treated you. My ego's too big to care. Well, hello. There it is, right there. They don't give two fucks about what they do. And this is what brings out their selfishness. And people are starting to see this. I don't want to be contacted right now. I wish to be left alone. This is probably you. You want nothing to do with them. This person wants to live in your skin. Do you understand? They want what you have. And this is what's creating the most envy out of all this. They want what you have. And you worked hard to get where you are, collective, and you don't deserve to be thwarted, you don't deserve to be distracted, you don't deserve to be sabotaged, all because they want to wear your skin. They need to be put in a fucking straitjacket in a rubber room. I am embarrassed by my actions and I feel disgusted with myself. Good. Good. Embarrassment and feeling disgusted is the first step. Acknowledging and recognizing how much of a fucking karmic you are and wanting to change that is the next step. And actually putting forth the effort to change your ways and your perspectives, karmics, that's the next step. Learning to grow and evolve from that karmic south node energy is the next step after that. Yeah, my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. Okay, you go ahead and you keep doing that and watch your life waste away. And the more you don't heal, the more you choose to be in this karmic energy, the less life you're going to have to live. The less empowerment you're going to have, the less inspiration you're going to have. They want to diminish you into being something that you're not. So that way they can steal your light. They can steal what you have. When you're way so much bigger than that. So much bigger than that. And they don't get it. They don't get that at all. You've become too difficult for you have become too difficult for me to handle. That's a big turnoff. So they were manipulating you from the start. Right? They were manipulating you from the start. They always had an ulterior motive with what they were doing, with how they were gaslighting you and everything that they were doing for you. It was all for an ulterior motive. And it's real fucking sad that they have to go and manipulate people in order to get what they want. It's downright sad. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah, I'm embarrassed by my actions and I feel disgusted with myself. Again, let them feel that, collective. Let them sit in it for a while. It's probably the best bet for them. It's probably the best bet for them to realize and maybe to step into their healing. And the thing is, collective, you're not out here ripping people apart. You're not out here talking shit about people. Okay? And had they treated you in a better way, chances are you would have talked about, you would have spoke about them in a better light. But because they treated you like shit and they manipulated you, you have no choice but to tell the truth for what it was. So you're speaking on that, and they're thinking you're talking shit about them. When had they actually treated you better than what there was without the ulterior motive, and they were actually genuine, things would have turned out differently. There still probably would have been a friendship had they kept their kahunas in check. But again, collective, that's not your problem. That's their problem. They're the ones that are going to have to sit with it, not you. They're the ones going to be haunted by their actions, not you. For those of you that aren't really too sure as to who this might be that I'm talking about, we're going to look into the description of these people. And I'm also going to look into a little bit deeper with the situation too. Just to see what the overall energy is. So we're going to start with the description of these people. If you're kind of puzzled, is it this person or that person, this person or that person? We're going to look into it. Because I'm really not thinking that it's an actual fire sign or an air sign specifically. I think it was just emphasizing a particular personality, right? So that's why I'm going to be going into this, okay? That's why I'm going to look into the description, so that way you know exactly who we're talking about. Because some people, they're going to lie right to our face when we think that they're genuine, right? You might have called them out on a bunch of stuff too. I don't know. Let's look into it. Spirit, what's the overall description of these people that are karmics? Okay, we got a whole bunch of cards flying out. So some of these people could have a sharp face. They could wear a lot of black clothing. They could be older than you. Okay? They could have braids in their hair. White gray hair, quite possibly. So black and white hair. Or dark hair with gray. They could be short individuals. They could be a brunette. And they could be acting as part of the tribe, but they're really not. They're definitely not Hispanic or Latino. Is there anything else? They could be the same height as you. They could be of average height or lower. They could have faked a pregnancy. To make it look like you guys were together, but you really weren't. It's either that or they were you know, they could have baby trapped you or raped you in your sleep, and they lost the baby. That's specifically for the men. They could have been plus size, but they could have lost a lot of weight. They don't have curly hair. Yeah, they don't have coarse or curly hair. So I don't think this person was African American or anything like that. They're definitely a woman, but they could be in masculine enemy, or enemy, yeah. Masculine enemy? No, masculine energy. And they could wear red lipstick. A total fucking paradox, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, they don't have mixed colored eyes. They have a regular, normal, generic colored eyes. And they very well could be taking on some sort of unhealthy habits, maybe drinking or drugs. It's probably how they lost the baby. I wouldn't be surprised. They could have exaggerated features. Something about not being a European. They could have a baby face. They think that they're powerful, but they're really not. They're delusional. They could have had some sort of fun-colored hair, but they don't anymore. Yeah. This person is very childish and immature. Yeah, whatever they did, they tried to appetite for sex and uncontrollable desires, insatiable hunger for pleasure. Um, all that shit that they tried on you didn't work. Okay? In fact, it grossed you out like totally turned you off. And they resented the fact that you friend zoned them. And even friend zoning them, you were kind of pitying them, figuring, maybe they just need a good friend, and even so that they tried their shit, you just kind of looked over it as if, yeah, whatever, like it's not gonna happen. Sorry. They could have tried drugging you. They could have tried drugging you and putting you to sleep to get what they wanted. Yeah, they could have used witchcraft to bind you to them, but it didn't work. It actually backfired. They just became more obsessed with you. Instead of making you fall in love with them, they just became more obsessed. And is literally eating them alive. The joke's on them. The divine is laughing. The divine stripped them of their power. They've stripped them of their gifts, of their intuition, of everything that they had going for them because they abused it. And they wonder why they were boo-hooing about the fact that they were stripped from their gifts. And that's why they want to wear your skin. That's why they want to be you. Because you're tapped in, whoever I'm speaking to. And that's why they're so envious and obsessed. Obsessed on the bottom of the deck. Holding on, clinging on, can't let go. Filled with anxiety as to why you don't want them in your life. Like, I can't make this shit up. Tell me more, Spirit. What's going on? Yeah, you're not willing to take any risks with this person. Because they very well could have some sort of sexual disease. They could be a dirty, fucking, skanky ass hoe. And you want nothing to do with them. Even the divine told you to stay away from them. I really think that you got some sort of download saying, nope, you're not touching this one. And the divine was protecting you against this person. Yeah, there were signs, meanings, related numbers, synchronicities. They did not want you taking a risk with this person. And there's going to be proof. Showing a proof, validation, confirmation, finding out the truth. Okay? So there's definitely some sort of proof coming out. There could be an official coming forward trying to find you. You ripped their mask off because they were two-faced, not genuine, putting up a front, pretending to be something that they're not. You're not even focused on them at all because they were just very lustful and was not your type at all. They wanted a forbidden fruit, non-committal sexual energy. They couldn't control themselves. A skanky ass fucking hoe. Yeah, they're no longer you're not in denial, that's for sure. You're not contradicting the situation. They were in denial, I think. And there's history here, happened in the past, repeated patterns. It's like, yeah, you're not getting into this bullshit with anybody like that. Fuck that. Revealing of the truth. Confessions, shedding light. This happened in the past. So, I don't know. They thought you were soulmates. They thought you were the one. They had deep love for you, apparently. Spiritual connection, apparently. Life partner. I don't fucking think so. They're delusional. There was no reconciliation. There's no coming back to this. There's no making it work. There's no second chances. There wasn't even a first chance. So they may have came out with the whole thing that you were together when you weren't. And this probably has happened more than once. Like people that you befriend tell everybody else that you're dating when you're not. Fucking gross. People need to give their fucking heads a shake. Yeah, they're gossiping, spreading rumors, petty conversations, smearing your image, making you the fool because you didn't want nothing to do with them. Yeah. You don't want no love affair. You don't want to deal with temptations or flirting or giving it into pleasure with them. Fucking dirty skanks. You have standards, collective. And they don't want to validate that. They don't want to validate the fact that they're a dirty ass skank. You weren't willing to ride their fucking roller coaster, that's for sure. You're done with that shit? And what, now they want to come out and meet up and plan a coffee date? Fuck that. They can't run away from what they've done. They've dug themselves a hole, and they're falling in it. And you're not chasing them. You're holding it together. You got a grip. Maybe they need to fucking hold it together and get a grip. Maybe they're not allowed to chase you anymore. Maybe they've been blocked out of your energy. Anything else? Yeah, they tried to chain you up. They tried to get a grip on you. They tried to bring in some sort of heaviness over you to try to get you back into this energy where you needed them. And no. They wanted you to come in and maybe apologize to them, which isn't the case. Not with a dirty skank like that. No fucking thank you. Yuck. This person probably didn't even bother taking a shower. They probably stunk to high heaven. I think that's prerequisite to begin with, to be with anybody for that matter. It's probably good to have a shower first. Yuck. Alright, dragons. I need to clean this energy out of here. Because fuck that shit. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good evening. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's a bit of a karmic message tonight, which is really rare for the dragons. But it is what it is. The dragons felt that it needed to come out. So if you've been dealing with the karmic that was obsessed with you, they're no longer able to get into your energy. And they can't, their obsession is becoming them. It's coming back to bite them. Welcome in, Huddy. Welcome in, Coon. Clean that skanky ass shit off my cards. Yuck. Ugh. Get out, get out, get out. You're banished. Never come back again. You're out of my energy forever. Out of the collective's energy forever. Bye-bye. Don't let the fucking door hit you on the way out. Ugh. Here's a little stuff for you, too. All right. I'm going to switch the tables around, and I'm going to do a collective reading with the Dragon deck, the Dragon Tarot, and then I'm going to clarify it with my Dragon Oracles. I started off with the Dragon Oracles, now I'm going to end with the Dragon Oracles. Alright, Dragons, what's going on? Dragons of the North, South, East, and West. What's going on with this? Knight of Wands in the reverse. Okay, we're putting that back in the deck. Come on, Dragons. Okay, there's one last message here. Apparently, okay, somebody could have come out and made a false report that apparently you raped them when they raped you. And I'm mainly speaking to my men. Okay? Somebody could have drugged you to sleep and raped you, but turned around and made a false report saying that you raped them when you wouldn't have touched them with the 10-foot dildo. Okay? And they're finding out the truth. That, like, the authorities, wherever this report is, they're finding out the truth that this person lied about you. And they're being charged with perjury or some sort of lying to the courts and wasting their time. There's definitely something going down with that behind your back. You don't even know about it. Enough of that message. Let's move on, Dragons. Please. Spirit. I cleansed the cards and all that shit for a reason. Somebody's getting a major wake-up call. This could be a King of Swords in reverse. Somebody that was trying to deceive you. They thought about coming in to manipulate you again, but they know that it's not going to work. Page of Coins. They want to come in and breadcrumb you all again. Just to get back in your energy. Just so they can deceive you again. And keep you from moving forward. It's not going to work. Not going to work. Welcome in, Squeezy. Welcome in, Sarah. Welcome in, Marine. Welcome in... welcome in, Honey. Who else is in tonight? Welcome in, Sheila. Welcome in, Ashley. Sandra. Taurus. Georgia. Who else? universe, Andrea, Larry, Lilith, Big Irish, Patricia, Catalina, welcome in. Jay, welcome in. Nancy, welcome in. Bernard, welcome in. Welcome in, Julie. Undertale, welcome in. I think I didn't forget everybody. All right. Okay, Spirit wants me to open up the floor for 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm going to open up the floor to answer some questions, some questions. Let's see. What are you selling, Raccoon? Sarah, you don't have to apologize for being in a funk, okay? Just breathe, that's all. I'm being reminded of a bottle of water, Raccoon. Okay? I think it's bringing it about in a particular place of demand. So maybe you're not really... yeah, it's definitely something to do with marketing. Okay? But I think what it is, like, a bottle of water on a plane compared to a bottle of water on a cruise ship, compared to a bottle of water at the grocery store, to compared a bottle of water at the dollar store, right? It's all different places where you can buy a bottle of water, but depending on where you are, will determine the price of that bottle of water, right? It depends on where you're marketing that. And I think Spirit's saying something about getting outside the box, thinking outside the box. Now, if there's some of this glass works, or there's some things that you can produce or whatever, or that you can sell, bring it to places in demand. Bring it to places that might be of a higher demand than where you're selling it or how you're marketing it. Right? But I think Spirit's saying to think outside the box. And you need to do something unorthodox. And it's also saying, Spirit's also saying that what you think that might not work, you should try it anyway. Okay? Because if you try it anyway, it might surprise you, is what's being told to me. Okay? So, my condolences to you about your son. Welcome, Iwa. I got your friend request. I have added you to the mix of things, and I will add you to the tribe, so just give me some time on that. And I'm loving your humor, by the way. Your humor is absolutely wild. Your sarcasm, oh man, it's great. Fucking beautiful. You had me laughing, I'll tell you. Specifically, the one about the Google account. Welcome in, Eva. You know what? You need to take a couple days out for you. I think you're trying to work too hard, and I think you're scatterbrained so much that you just need a couple days to just chill the fuck out. And I know that's very difficult with what you're dealing with, but you really need to find peace within yourself. Okay? Whatever happened with your son, it seems to be it happened very quickly. What happened, if I may ask? Not that I want you to relive it, but I'm kind of curious. I'm really having a hard time picking up on that. But it happened very suddenly. Hmm. Maybe that's why. Aw. I'm being called back to a particular perspective, and maybe this might help you find peace. Some of the death that happens in our life, and sometimes when we have death come into our life, particularly from like the young ones specifically, um, my nephew, he passed away 2 weeks shy of his second birthday, um, and they ruled out SIDS, and there was some sort of swelling around his brain. So I'm not too sure as to what happened with it, but these, I don't know. There very well could have been something neurological happening, a misfire of some sort. So I can some sort of I kind of relate to you in the fact of losing a young one. Okay. Maybe what I'm about to say may help you find peace in this matter. But a lot of the times, the people that leave us early, the people that leave us and they leave too soon, they have done their job, they have done their work already, and this is partially as to the why they leave, and they leave through usually a catalyst, which is such as brain cancer. They leave in such situations as accidents and different situations. And as bad as that is, and as tragic as that is, I do believe that they are on the other side and they are watching over you. And dealing with the fact of the time and the age of what we're going through right now, what we're dealing with right now, I really find that because of the heightened evil and spiritual warfare that's running rampant on the earth right now, I really find that um, these younger souls are not supposed to, they don't have the ability to withstand the evil in the physical plane. So, in order for their soul and their spirit to stay pure, I do really feel that they leave us sooner than later, mainly because they are meant to watch over us in the spiritual. Okay? These people become our protectors. They become our angels in disguise. They become our guides, guards, and protectors on the other side. Okay? So ultimately, you really kind of maybe try to change your perspective in a sense to live in honor of them and to live in a sense that you're living for them because they don't want you to diminish your life. They don't want you to diminish your goals or your inspiration or what you're working on. And I have a feeling that you're going to be going places very, very soon where, had they been in your experience, you wouldn't have taken on those experiences. And it's kind of like them giving you the ability to release the chains of responsibility. Because there's certain things that happen where you're helpless. You can't really help the situation, right? You really can't. It's out of your control. And when it's out of your control, I really feel that this is something to do with a divine calling, a divine orchestration. And this isn't the divine betraying you either. Okay, this is the divine releasing some sort of chains, because there very well could have been a switch up, and there could very well be a change of plans in your destiny, and you're needing to be released from certain responsibilities or certain chains in order to get ready and in order to alchemize and be ready for this new beginning. So you very well could be having some major changes happening in your life, and having them in your life at this time may give you drag or may give you a chain to keep you from moving in a certain direction. And I think by them passing over into the spiritual, they're not only becoming your guide, guard, and protector, but it's giving you that room to explore and to become more inspired, knowing that they are watching over you, knowing that they're protecting you. Okay? So really try to do your best to change your perspective. I know it's difficult, but to to keep your sanity in balance, I think it's crucial. But just to know the fact that they're not in any pain anymore, it brings me peace. Like even my grandmother, when she passed, she was in a wheelchair. She was riddled to a wheelchair for years, and she was in a lot of pain. There was that point there where she couldn't speak. Um, she couldn't articulate what she wanted anymore, and it just got really really bad. Like, and the fact that she's at peace now, the fact that, mine is like the fact that, like, my karmic family is totally betrayed me and betrayed her and betrayed the whole situation. She's spinning in her grave right now. But I do believe she's no longer in pain. I think she's been healed on the other side. Her pain is taken away. So, and I'm not trying to diminish your situation or whatnot. I'm just sharing my experience to say that I relate, and you're not alone in this. I'm really picking up on the fact that you need to snap out of it. And I know that's really harsh to say, but it's part of your struggle. You're allowing it to rip you apart. instead of bringing you peace. And I mean this with utmost compassion, okay? I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm not trying to be vulgar. I'm not trying to be emotionless. I'm really trying to take a look at this from a bigger, higher perspective. And the fact that brain cancer has something to do with it, they are at peace. They're no longer in pain. They're at their prime. And I don't see him at a 9-year-old body. I see him like a 25-year-old now. Like, dude's got facial hair now. Did he used to wink at you? Was there like a wink that you guys had? Because he's winking at me. I don't know what that means. But did you and him have some sort of like a wink kind of thing going on? He's watching you. I know it. I can feel it. Welcome in, Renee. He doesn't want you to be sad. He wants you to be at peace that he's no longer in any pain. He wasn't supposed to stay long. And he's also telling me that you had a hard time loving yourself. And he's not coming out and saying that he was a mistake, but he wasn't necessarily planned either. And the love that you gave him was paramount. It was beautiful. But he's reminding me that you can give that same love to yourself. And I think he was kind of brought in to fill a void within yourself, because there's a lot of pain that you're holding within yourself besides this, even before he was born. And he's telling me he wasn't supposed to stay long. He was basically there to get you to realize that you should have chose yourself. You should always choose yourself. He was brought into your life to remind you that love is still possible. And the love that you have for yourself is paramount to your survival. And he's asking you to rise. He's asking you to rise up and be the person that he knows you can be, and that he's always with you. And he's telling me you need to stop with the substance. I don't know what it is. It could be drinking. You've been drinking, quite possibly, because you're stressed out. You've been masking your emotions with alcohol. He's telling you to stop that. It's not helping your situation. Like smoking cigarettes, I smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to be sitting here and tell you to quit cigarettes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to quit weed, because from time to time, I smoke a joint and I drink my coffee. So I'm not going to be sitting here and telling you to quit all that. But acknowledge why you do it and heal it first. Okay? The cigarettes keep me out of jail. The weed keeps me level-headed. And the coffee keeps me going throughout the day. Well, that's amazing. I'm really happy that you stopped drinking. But please rise up, live in honor of him. He was there to remind you that love still exists within you. Because had love not existed within you, there wouldn't have been any love there. You would have resented him. But the fact that you showed him so much love is proof that you still have love within you. But you need to pour back into yourself. And I think you need to take a couple days off officially and just be. If you're feeling emotional, let the emotions flow. If you're feeling angry, transmute it and release it in some sort of way. But turn that pain to power. Turn that pain into inspiration. One of the first cards that come out with the dragons is giving yourself a second chance. And I think this is very significant to you, Kun. You need to give yourself a second chance. It's because you're scattered and it's the frequency that you're holding on to. So you need to release a whole bunch of shit that you can't carry anymore, in order to raise your frequency into a more abundant frequency, because I'm really figuring that you're in a lack frequency because of all of this. So I think a couple days off, 3 or 4 days off, I think it'll do you good. Get out in nature, go for a walk. Maybe go hang out at a place that you guys like to go and hang out at. Literally go play at a playground and go play on the swings and talk to your son. Talk to your son and be open to signs, because he's with you. Okay, collective, I'm going to get into a reading here. Alright, dragons of the north, south, east, and west, and the upper realms, what do we got going on for my collective? A 6 stack? Okay. What do we got going on for my collective? What's the best blessed message for them to step into their highest timeline? Alright, we got the Queen of Wands coming out in the reverse. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so some Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody that's very manipulative. They're not going to be moving forward. And they're sad about it. They're not getting the upper hand with what they wanted to get the upper hand with. And they're sad about it. Somebody's feeling guilt. I'm really picking at the fact that they're not turning into the Empress that they wanted to. I think their whole idea of stepping into this Empress energy is null and void. Yeah. They're not getting the justice that they thought they were going to get. Yeah, because they're not willing to heal. They need to heal first before they can move forward, and they're not willing to. They have some major karmic debt that they need to pay off. I'm also getting that they're indebted to you. And they want to clear out this betrayal. It's like they don't want to give to you. They don't want to give back to you. They're not getting the upper hand because of some sort of betrayal. And this is a huge wake-up call to them. There's some sort of betrayal that's a wake-up call. They're having no other choice but to go within themselves in order to find the inner light. But it's been very difficult for them to do this, to go through this process. To see the betrayal, to see the manipulation for what it was. Somebody might be getting caught up. And this is since you walked away. Everything is basically died down since you walked away. They're not getting what they want. Because they tried to create an injustice for you. They tried to get you to miss out on something. But it's blowing up in their face. You're moving forward just fine. You're very, very focused, action-oriented. They tried to get you to overthink, but you're taking a leap of faith. You took a leap of faith anyway when you walked away from them. This is bringing you great success because you walked away from them. And emotionally, they can't walk away from you. They're obsessed with you. And this is what their whole thing is. They're trying to disenfranchise you. They're trying to wear you out. They're trying to tear you down. Because they can't emotionally walk away from you. There's something going on with that. Like, there's an obsession here. You've already walked away from them. You're taking a leap of faith. And despite all the shit that they're throwing at you, you're still finding independence. They didn't want you to be independent. They didn't want you finding independence. They wanted, like, this is a person that just, I'm really picking up on the fact that they wanted to destroy you. This could be a Leo. Nine of Swords. Yeah, they're all up in their head as to what they did behind the scenes. I'm really picking up on throwing rocks and hiding their hands, smiling in your face, laughing behind your back, thinking that they're clever. And they're all trapped up in their head at the fact that you're stepping into this independence and you're finding your manifestation. You're manifesting your best life. They're seeing you in this true light. And they totally underestimated you. They totally underestimated your ability to strive. They tried to disenfranchise your whole foundation. Anything else? No. Okay. All right. Let's look into this. Now, it may not be a Leo. It could just be that they're trying to wear you out. This could just be very much a manipulative individual that's sad that they're not getting what they wanted. I'm really seeing somebody stomping their feet, thinking that they could have overpowered you, but they can't. All right, dragons, let's go back and talk to me about the magician. What's going on with the magician? What's going on with the magician? Time. Tell me more. Tell me more. The self, gathering your power. So you're manifesting your best life, collective, whoever you are. You're moving forward, and somebody doesn't like it. You are a true magician. Anything else with the magician? Yeah? Okay. You're healing. You're restoring hope. Somebody really wanted you to lose hope. They didn't want you to be enlightened. They didn't want you to move forward. They didn't want you to gather your power. They didn't want... But time has healed all wounds, is what I'm being told. Everything that they threw at you did not work. What about the Nine of Coins? Invention, burning with passion. So you're very, very passionate, collective. As a magician, you would be. Okay? And with you finding your independence, this is really helping you to reinvent yourself, I think. And they didn't anticipate this. They thought that by disenfranchising you and wearing you out, that you weren't going to bounce back. But you bounced back a lot stronger than what you were before. You did this by creating space between you two, between you and this person. Letting go of the darkness. So you really transmuted this. You surrendered to the light. Welcome in, Shannon. Transformation, defining yourself. Resilience, finding your limits. So this really transformed you. And what they wanted for your demise, it actually became your catalyst for growth, which is absolutely beautiful. This is how you're finding your independence. I'm really proud of you, collective, how you really transmuted this. The Nine of Swords. Nothing? Okay. The Fool? Whoa. Yeah, you've alchemized this grief. You took a leap of faith and you alchemized the grief. You accepted the loss that they tried to bring you. And I think you really surrendered it. You took a leap of faith in a new direction. And it's like really kind of giving me this idea that you ripped the band-aid off. They tried to keep a wound within you, and they tried to infect a wound or make a wound fester within you. And by you taking a leap of faith, and the fact that they couldn't emotionally detach from you, this really ripped off a band-aid. And the grief card, accepting loss, you threw that away. You threw away the loss. You threw away the grief that they were trying to send to you by taking a leap of faith. What's the Eight of Cups in reverse? Put the cards back in? Okay. The Eight of Cups reversed. Nothing? Okay. The Strength card reversed. Nothing. Okay. The Six of Swords. Nothing. Well, this is a quick one. What about the Eight of Wands? Okay. Transformation. So they tried to keep you from transforming and defining yourself. They wanted you scatterbrained. They wanted you in the position where you were always running, where you didn't have a chance to transform. You weren't able to define yourself. You weren't able to stand on anything specific. You weren't able to root. And they really tried to stop everything that was coming in for you, your abundance, your prosperity, your stability, your sanity. And again, like, I'm really finding that all of their diminishing and all their discrediting of you, um, it really became a catalyst to your growth. It became a catalyst to your transformation, and you were able to define yourself even deeper. Like, you're tapped in, collective, and you can be quite stubborn. Don't get me wrong. But the type of stubbornness, you have a righteousness about you. Okay, you have an integrity about you. And if this is a Leo, I think they were envious of this integrity that you held. And for them, it's a facade, but for you, it's real. And that was the difference, and this is why they were envious of you. Because they couldn't match you. And they were always constantly competing with you. And because they were competing with you, it's like, yeah, no, not happening. Like, you're not dealing with this shit. You're not playing their stupid games. You could have called them out on a couple things, and they didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that you didn't appease them. They didn't like the fact that you like you didn't entertain their trials and tribulations. You didn't give them much empathy, mainly because they were stupid with their decisions. They didn't bother to think what they were doing was wrong. They didn't bother to take responsibility. But that's not on you, collective. So either way, like, they tried to thwart your transition and your transformation, but it didn't work. It only inspired you to grow. The Three of Wands reverse. knowledge. So they're missing out on the knowledge. You very well could have been insightful. Maybe the reason why they're not coming forward is you'd basically be telling them I told you so, and they're kind of envious at the fact that they're missing out on the knowledge that you have because you're very knowledgeable. Is there anything else for the Three of Wands reversed? No? Okay. Alright, Knight of Wands. What's this all about? Put the cards together? Again? I thought I'd done that already and it doesn't sit well. These cards are too short. Switch the cards? Okay. The Knight of Wands? The Fire and Water Dragon enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. Okay, so with the Knight of Wands here, you're moving forward. Okay, this enables your life to flow with loving force. So move forward with love, collective. They didn't want you finding love. They didn't want you having love. They didn't want you loving. They don't want you being in a loving embrace or loving energy. Prepare for change to move forward quickly because there's definitely some major unexpected blessings coming in because you're moving forward, because you're focused. And this is kind of clarifying the Chariot as well. So you're moving towards a certain particular journey or you're aiming at particular something and it's working for you. So just continue moving forward and just love what you do. And I think you do love what you do, whatever you're doing. You're finding passion in it. So the dragons are asking you to just continue moving forward. Be courageous. Because there's some beautiful things about to happen for you. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for letting me know. What about the Ten of Wands? Do I put this back? I don't have to? Okay. The Ten of Wands, reverse? What's this all about? The Orange Dragon brings soul families and communities together. So you could be creating a soul family. Right? You could be healing that karmic family. Like I've got some sort of a dumbass karmic family that's trying to ruin my life. So I can kind of relate to this. So you're bringing soul families and communities together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. So you could very well be starting something that's bringing people back together again. But I think that this is regarding healing, because the Ten of Wands in reverse, this isn't about ending out burdens. This is about healing the burdens. Right? The Ten of Wands in reverse, I feel, is also about picking your battles and healing with discernment, like healing certain things that you know that need to be healed, heal them, and letting go of what no longer serves you is definitely there. But it's also about not carrying the burdens that aren't yours. Okay? Is there anything else with the Ten of Wands in reverse? The Golden Solar Dragon helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated. Become an inspired leader. So you definitely could be a leader of healing. Moving forward with a particular force of passion to heal, not only yourself but other people, bringing people together. Bringing a oneness and a warmth, and becoming a spiritual inspired leader, maybe. Okay. I'm going to put them back in. No? Okay. Switch up the cards again? Alright. What's going on? What's the Four of Coins in reverse? Legacy. Persistence. Legacy. The Four of Coins. Somebody wanted to steal your legacy. Somebody's been persistent at stealing what you have. But I'm also getting with the Three of Swords beside it. Like, they're having no other choice but to release this betrayal of trying to steal what you have. Steal what was yours. Understanding, looking at both sides. So you're seeing it from multiple different perspectives, and I think that's what they didn't expect. They weren't expecting this. What about the Three of Swords? Reversed. Independence, carving your own path. So yeah, you cleared out this betrayal. I'm really picking up on the fact that you're independent. You're not willing to be puppeteered. And they were trying to puppeteer you. They were trying to manipulate you through other people. Like, Spirit's saying they thought they were clever. But you were too knowledgeable. You've got too much knowledge up in that noggin to be swiped, to be swindled, to be manipulated, or to be puppeteered. And you took this betrayal and sent it back, is what I'm being told. What about the Hermit reversed? Yeah. They didn't want you to have space to heal. They didn't want you to have space to go within and to heal and to find your inner light and to allow that light to guide you. They didn't want that to happen. They didn't want you to have the space, so they could have had you up and moving all the time. Okay. What about the Chariot? Switch the cards. Okay. The Chariot. Okay, what's this one? Magneta Dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. Well, no kidding. With the Chariot, yeah. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. So you're definitely ascending, and somebody tried to stop you from moving on this journey of ascension. They thought they were clever. They thought they could thwart you. They thought they could stop you. But they're sadly mistaken, is what I'm being told. You turned this betrayal on its head, is what I'm being told. What about the injustice? Switch the cards? Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Back and forth, back and forth. Alright, I'm not complaining, I'm going with it. The Justice reversed. The second card up. Resilience, finding your limits. Yeah. They tried to create so much injustice that you called it quits with it. You're like, you're very resilient. You're not somebody that don't bounce back. And this injustice became a catalyst, like I said, for your growth, finding your limits. Okay. The Empress reversed. The other deck. Okay. Empress reverse. The dark blue galactic dragon helps you to listen to the voice of the universe. So they tried to block you out. This Empress tried to get you to self-sabotage, and they tried to get you to not be able to hear the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes in your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. So they didn't want you entering this higher service or accessing this cosmic wisdom. And I'm hearing they wanted it for themselves. And they wanted it to look like you were self-sabotaging. Wild. This jealous bitch, whoever the fuck she is. They need to give their fucking heads a shake, that's for sure. You're not one to play with, is what Spirit's telling me. This deck for Nine of Wands reversed? Yes? Okay. Nine of Wands reversed. What's this? The Alpha Dragon. Yeah, they wanted to make you not so alpha. Maybe you are an Alpha Dragon. Harnessing the divine masculine power of creation. They didn't want you tapping into your divine masculine energy. They didn't want you having the upper hand with this. They wanted to destroy you. Destroy the old, visualize your dream, help to manifest a new world. So they didn't want you out here in your alpha dragon energy trying to make a new world. And I'm being told that wasn't the place for you, according to them, as if they can dictate and puppeteer you to be where they want you to be. Yeah, okay. Sweet dreams, raccoon. All right, so yeah, so they didn't want the upper hand. They didn't want you having the upper hand, but you're getting the upper hand anyway. Is what I'm being told. The Five of Cups is this deck? Yes. Okay. The Five of Cups. No. Try this one. What deck do you want me to use? This one or that one? This one? Okay. Okay, there we go. They're sad at the fact that you're still burning with passion. They're sad at the fact that you're still reinventing yourself even after all of their dismay and discord that they tried to send you. The Two of Wands reversed. Dominance, believing in yourself, freedom, breaking the chains. Okay, so you took dominance, and this is why they're not moving forward. And I'm really picking up purgatory with this Two of Wands in reverse. They're being sent to purgatory because of this. Because they were screwing with the divine. They were screwing with what ultimately was not theirs to screw with. They thought they were clever, but they're really not. It keeps coming out. You are gaining freedom. You are breaking the chains. You are orchestrating dominance over your life now. You're believing in yourself. To where they didn't want you believing in yourself. They didn't want you breaking the chains they had on you. They tried binding you from doing this. They tried binding you from stepping into your alpha energy. They didn't want you to step into your divine masculine energy. They wanted you to stay in your karmic south node energy. This, again, became your catalyst to your transformation. Redefining yourself. Okay. This deck or that deck? That deck? Okay. What's the Two of Wands reversed? So brings in healing of cosmic abundance. Black dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. So not only did you bring in the healing and cosmic abundance for yourself, but it's really showing up in your discipline. It's really showing up that this person, as much as they tried to puppeteer you and try to keep you from moving forward, everything that they came at you with, it didn't work. It just helped you redefine yourself. Okay. This deck or that deck for Queen of Wands reversed? This deck? Alright. What's the Queen of Wands reversed? Okay, so heal, respect, and understand animals, serve animals, help you to help animals, Sunshine Yellow Dragon. And then Omega Dragon, harnessing the divine feminine power of creation. Okay, so what I'm picking up from this is that this person hates animals. So this very well could be a feminine, a female, and masculine energy. They did not want, they were not tapping into their feminine power of creation, and maybe they were sacrificing animals. I don't really want to go there. They definitely were not helping animals. They weren't willing to heal, respect, or understand them. Which, if that's the case, like, I'm really picking up on the fact that they were doing some shady shit with animals in order to bring about this. Like, I'm really picking up on a lot of dark blood magic. They didn't want you holding your intention, holding your vision, birthing of a higher consciousness. And I'm really picking up on the fact that they used dark magic regarding this to thwart you. Like, that's fucking gross. I hope, whoever this is, I hope you get what you deserve. And Spirit's saying something about purgatory. They're being put into purgatory because of what they've done. Like, they're not going to be going to Valhalla. They're not going to be having no peace, no tranquility when they pass. No, not happening. So whoever this is, they're getting it. They're getting what's coming to them. Alright, collective, I'm opening up the table. If you got a super chat with a question, throw it on in the chat. If you just want an overall message, go ahead and throw a super sticker. Depending on the denomination, it'll be $1 a card. I'm going to open up the table, see how it goes up until midnight. It's 11:51 right now. So you have 9 minutes to enter in your super chat or super sticker. And to my members as well, if you have a question or whatever, you can come forward and let me know what the question is. You've already paid, so you don't have to put in a super sticker or a super thanks or anything like that. So if you have a question and you're a member, which means you have a star beside your name, you can come in the chat here and ask me a question while I'm waiting for the super chats. Black Tiger. Okay, I got you. What's the message for Black Tiger, Dragons? If you decide that there's more than one card, then say it the way it is. What's the message for Black Tiger? Okay, so we're starting off with the Queen of Swords. You need to nurture your truth. I'm really kind of picking up that you're gaslighting yourself. Yeah. 3 of Coins. You're gaslighting yourself out of some sort of collaboration. You're kind of on the precipice of standing on business or losing your grip on reality. You could be kind of on the fence as to be nurturing with integrity or in compassion, or you're maybe you're questioning your intuition and you just need to nurture that instead. But I'm really kind of at the point where it's like you're ready to burn a bridge with somebody. You're kind of on the fence as to whether or not you want to collaborate or destroy somebody. Like collaborating to collaborate or collaborating to destroy somebody. But you really need to take a step back and nurture your truth. And Spirit's saying that whatever you're dealing with, what's on the fence here with the Queen of Wands and the three of Coins here, you're really wasting your time. You're distracted. And Spirit's saying you need to take a step back and actually look at what the truth is before you move forward. I really get a feeling like you might be lied to. You might have the wrong idea regarding somebody. And this is why, whether or not you want to burn a bridge or not, or whether or not you want to collaborate to help someone, or collaborate to destroy somebody, you really need to take a step back and nurture the truth of what you do know, rather than what's being told to you. I hope that helps. You're welcome. Anybody else? Do I got any members that want a message? While I'm waiting for the super chats or super stickers? I hope I'm not on fire, Marine. I mean, I am a fire element. I've got fire, I've got earth, and I've got air in my elements. I'm not telling you which ones, but I'm a force to be reckoned with, I tell you that much. You got 2 more minutes. If I got any members that want a message, you're more than welcome to come forward. It's free for you. You got dibs. Otherwise, I'll take a super chat or a super sticker. I hear the Jeopardy music in the back of my head. Okay, I will. hope you all have a great night. I want to say thank you for joining me. And yeah, if you can't be good at it, be good to yourself. So that way you can be good to others. And I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for joining me tonight, and y'all have a great evening.